Grip It Girl Golf is about empowerment. It's about personal growth. It's a journey of learning about yourself, challenging yourself, and having fun. Learn, grow, golf with Grip It Girl Golf.
It's Amber here with Grip It Girl Golf. Thanks for joining us for another great on-course lesson. So today we're actually going to be tackling uneven lies, which, they seem like really tricky shots, but they're actually pretty simple when you know what to do. So we're going to go over in this lesson how to hit on an upslope and a downslope and how we need to tweak our body to make solid contact. Right now we are situated on an upslope. So the first thing we need to figure out is what is your lie. So you need to kind of take the time to be like, okay, we're going upward, that's an upslope. The opposite's going to be a downslope. So first we got to acknowledge that. When we are in an upslope lie, there's a few things we need to tweak, few parts of our body we need to tweak. So join me as I set up and I'll kind of go through what I'm changing. So number one is going to be you want your shoulders and hips even with your lie. So on a normal lie, you're fine. But when you're on an uphill lie, you're going to have to bend in order to parallel yourself with the ground. So that's step number one. We want to get the hips and the shoulders parallel to the ground. So on an uphill lie, you want that front shoulder up. Number two is going to be the club selection. So as you can see here, this uphill lie makes my loft of my club more pronounced. So my 7-iron that I'm holding is going to hit more like an 8-iron. So you want to choose one more club in order to get that distance that you need for the shot. So choose one club up. The next is going to be, a lot of times the ball positioning is going to change a little bit in this situation. Because the lie is different, your club's bottoming out before the middle or front. So oftentimes it helps to put the ball more towards the middle back of your stance as opposed to middle front, depending on the club. So that just makes sure you get solid contact and you don't hit up on it. And so oftentimes you want to put that closer to the back of your stance. And then also, as we swing in this shot, we have a tendency to fall back, obviously, because we're on a downslope. So when we swing, we need to make sure to get through. And what helps us do that is starting with a little more weight than usual on that front foot. So as we get into our position, we got everything kind of parallel. We put that weight on that front foot. As we swing, we're able to get through a lot easier. So we kind of want to avoid that falling back when we're in this situation. So when you're taking your practice swing, kind of remember, weight on the front and get through. So we'll kind of try that out and see how it goes. So we'll just do a quick recap of what we're doing. First, we want to parallel with the slope on the uphill lie. Ball a little more towards the back of our stance. We're going to put a little more weight on that front foot. And, you want to pick a little longer club than usual. All right, perfect. So it's going to feel like a normal swing when you're able to set yourself up in the right way. So next, we'll take it over to a downhill lie. Hey guys, so we are now in a downhill lie situation. So a downhill lie is a pretty simple shot once you actually get the setup. So we'll kind of go through it here. First rule is we still want those hips and shoulders parallel to our lie. So we're going to be leaning so that everything's kind of parallel. The shoulders are kind of be leaning down and you're almost going to feel like you're falling towards the hill. The next thing is you can have the ball a little farther back in your stance, but that's kind of a feel thing. So take some practice swings and figure out where the club bottoms out and then make the adjustment. The last thing is your club is de-lofted in this situation. So you're going to want to take one less club. So for example, if this is for me, what would be a 7-iron distance, I would use an 8-iron. My 8-iron now becomes like a 7-iron because it's de-lofted. There's less loft on the club. So we'll kind of go through that. The feet, you're just going to try to keep even weight distribution, because as you're coming through, you have to come through, so you want to keep that balance, but maintain the parallel to the lie as you come back, and then also as you come through. So we'll try this out. All right, perfect. So I will say this as a caveat: uphill and downhill lies, they do take some practice, and it takes some work on the golf course playing around with this setup. But if you have the tools for the setup, over time, you're going to become more confident and more consistent in these shots. So keep practicing, keep golfing, and we will see you on our next lesson. Thanks, guys.